Hello, my name is Brian Grimkowski. I'm one of the assistant directors of graduate admissions here at William Paterson University. For those of you that are joining us from across the United States, good morning. For those of you that are joining us from Asia, good evening, and thank you so much for taking the time out of your schedule to take part in this webinar. First and foremost, we realize some of you might not be that familiar with William Paterson University, so this is an opportunity for us to speak in depth about the MBA program, but also about where we're located, about how our location offers a number of wonderful opportunities for our students, for internship opportunities, for employment opportunities. We want to make sure you know why we would be the right choice for you for your graduate studies here in the US. And then also want to make sure you know about our admissions process here. We are throughout this process here to help, here to answer your questions, here to support you as you go through this process. So we want to make sure you get to know us and hope that we can get to know you as we go through the process as well. I'm joined by our Director of Graduate Admissions, Amoko Benji, as well as our Program Director for the MBA, Michael Yakubov. He is the gentleman that's going to be doing the bulk of the presentation today to talk in depth about our MBA program. If you do have questions as we go through, I would urge you to save them to the end of the presentation if that's a possibility for you, as we are going to allow some time at the end for question and answers, whether it's about the MBA program, about William Paterson University, about our admissions process. We are going to cover a lot of that, but certainly I know you may have some questions, and we're going to stay here through the end of what will be 8 p.m. your time to field any questions that you might have after the presentation wraps up. So with that being said, I'll turn the presentation over to my colleague, Michael Yakubov, who can speak further to the MBA program here at William Paterson University. Michael?
How you doing? Thank you, Brian. I'm very happy to have you join us today. What I'd like to do is I'd like to go through the presentation and make sure that we address any questions that you may have. And then if there are, as Brian mentioned, additional questions at the end of the presentation, we'll be very happy to answer those for you and follow up even beyond this presentation. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give a quick overview of William Paterson University and share some highlights of the institution. Just a couple of quick facts just to give you some familiarity with William Paterson University. As you saw on the initial screen, the skyline of New York City, we are within reasonable distance by car, about 20 to 25 miles outside of New York City, located in New Jersey, in Wayne, New Jersey. We're also not too far away from driving distance to Washington, D.C., Boston, and the Philadelphia area, obviously major cities that welcome a lot of tourism as well. A little bit about the university. We have about 11,000 students overall, and about 1,400 of those are graduate students across all different program disciplines. Our faculty is very diverse. We have faculty representing over 40 different countries. Mainly, many of those are in the College of Business, so you get a lot of different global perspectives in the classroom. We are very focused on making sure that you have access to career events, networking events, opportunities to meet employers. So we do host a number of those by college and also as a university, and all students are welcome to all of those events. If you are interested in living on campus as a graduate student or as an international graduate student, you certainly will have that availability. We have several different housing options available for you. Our international population is growing, particularly in the MBA program. We have a number of students representing many different countries and continents, and we welcome our international population here. And lastly, I know this will be a question that comes up quite often. We do offer graduate assistantships. Those are opportunities to be able to receive some financial assistance as you study through the program. Just a little bit more background about Wayne. You'll see on the left-hand side the main campus of William Paterson University. We have over 370 acres. It's quite a large area. It's a large main campus. We're centrally located to all major highways and airports. Newark Liberty International Airport is the closest airport, about 15 miles away. Downtown Wayne is a very lively atmosphere. There are restaurants, stores, recreation, and many historical sites to see, so we'll keep you busy as well on the weekends. In addition to that, the College of Business is located about a mile away from the main campus in our own separate building, and we will share that location in a moment. A little bit about the colleges. To become a university, we must be comprised from a collection of different colleges. So we have College of the Arts and Communication. Our MBA program is at the Cotsacos College of Business. We have the College of Education, the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, and the College of Science and Health. So now we're going to get into the discussion and information about the MBA program at the Cotsacos College of Business. Our Dean, Dr. Seemak Shojai, who's the Dean of the Cotsacos College of Business, is very focused that we are enriching our students' opportunities, becoming very connected to industry, making sure that we're investing in our students' education beyond the classroom. So we've aligned our College of Business strategic plan, that with the university's plan to grow, to be more engaging, to be able to provide opportunities to our students to be successful and to become good alumni as well down the line. Our MBA program and our entire Cotsacos College of Business is one of only 5% of schools in the entire world that's accredited by AACSB. This accreditation allows us to not only showcase that we have quality in the classroom, but our faculty are actively involved in research. The dedication to the classroom curriculum is outlined and guided by the AACSB accreditation, and our MBA curriculum emphasizes and highlights opportunities for students for external learning and a blend of online, hybrid, and other learning opportunities. Practicing theory and doing case studies are part of the initiative of our classroom delivery. Just a little bit more about the Cotsacos College of Business. In general, there's a lot of exciting things that happen here, but also to highlight some very valuable assets of the College of Business. For example, the Rusberry Institute for Professional Sales is housed at the College of Business. The Small Business Development Center, where we work with the local community to be able to deliver opportunities for business growth and development. We are reaching beyond the College of Business into the local community, and many of our students have the opportunity to assist in that process. We also are home to the Global Business Financial Institute. It's a training center and also a facility where students can learn the stock market, trading options, use the Bloomberg terminals, interact with other countries, and be very involved in the trade aspect of business. It is Cotsacos College of Business also home to the MBA program, and our undergraduate students are also part of our College of Business. So why pursue an MBA degree? There are many reasons. In particular, employers have told us, and students have told us, it's to increase your business knowledge, to give you more access and information about your particular field of interest. It gives you the opportunity to grow in your career field, increase your financial gain over time, get personal gain and achievement, to be proud of something that you're doing and advancing your degree. It's to grow your network, to be able to connect with your peers, with other professionals in your industry, such as finance or marketing. It's a way to give back to society, be able to take your skills and translate them to not only a company that you may be working for, but maybe doing things on a nonprofit level or a philanthropic level as well. It also to provide you academic prestige, to grow your knowledge, to potentially be a role model for others as well. And of course, one of the most important aspects of attaining your MBA degree is to grow yourself and give yourself opportunities in career advancement and growth at a company. A little bit about our faculty. We have, as I mentioned, a very diverse faculty who not only come from different parts of the world, but also have academic degrees in universities that have a lot of prestige, and we know that they're coming in with a lot of quality and background skills that are important to delivering a good education in the classroom in our MBA program. We'll mention a few. We have faculty who have graduated for Wharton. It's at the University of Pennsylvania, a very highly prestigious business school. We have students, faculty, I apologize, who have graduated from Georgetown University, and we're happy to have them here. About 95% of our full-time faculty have terminal degrees, meaning that they have a PhD. They may have a JD because they're an attorney. They may be CPAs, or they may have another designation under their advanced tenure. All the courses that we teach from a global perspective. We're very focused on making sure that our students not only get the exposure of what's happening in the local industry, in the state, in the country, but really how the world impacts one another, supply and demand, in many other ways. Our faculty also conduct research. They publish many articles and journals to make sure that they're relevant in their study, in their field of interest, and that our students get to benefit from their study and research. So a little bit about what to expect when you're a student in the classroom. We want to make sure that the student has a great relationship with their peers, other students, faculty members, and also making sure that I will be your primary advisor. I can assist you with course selection, making sure that you're on track to graduate on time. We want to make sure that you have flexibility in choosing the courses that are best designed to help you achieve your degree in a timely fashion. And we want to make sure that you're getting exposure and access to industry and what's happening in society today, the growth of technology, the advancement in business. We want to make sure that you have all the relevant and up-to-date content to learn from. A little bit about the convenience of our program. We want to make sure that you, as a student, have the flexibility to be part of a program that gives you the opportunity to work, to be able to study, to be able to take advantage of other opportunities that are offered to you. So we're giving you convenience and flexibility in the classroom. You could take courses on Saturdays, evenings, online, and some are online and on campus. So you would do 1 week on campus, 1 week online, and continue that trend throughout the 16-week semester. And also for international students who are interested, if you wanted to attain employment off campus, we can work with you to complete the CPT form. And I could certainly assist you and guide you if that's an interest to you. Also, what sets us apart is the focus on not just while you're a student here, but when you graduate. What can we do to help you achieve your personal goals while you're a student and then beyond? So we want to make sure that we're working on helping you develop your soft skills, your ability to communicate, to problem solve, to strategically think about the decisions you're making when you're in an employment where you have a managerial role. We want to make sure that we're offering you career opportunities, to know about the networking, to know about the different type of jobs that are available, where the market is going. And we do that by having writing workshops. We have many job postings that are available for our students. We have networking events that we host, and we want to make sure that we not only have you go out into industry, we bring industry to you by bringing in guest speakers to involve and share with you what's happening in their particular industry. Our alumni are also a very active community. These are students who have graduated from the MBA program that want to continue to stay involved and connect and share their views and ideas about and their experiences with you about their MBA program, where they are in their career field. So our alumni come back and they share their current careers and the trajectory they're on and what they do and how the MBA program helped them. They take part in our networking events by introducing different companies to you. They serve as mentors. They also assist with some tutoring, and we can even do mock interviews to help you prepare when you do go for that job opportunity. Okay, so now just a little bit about the MBA program and specifically the structure of the curriculum. The program is a 48-credit program for all students. It's comprised of 3 different tiers. Tier 1 is the lower core, 18 credits or foundational courses. Tier 2 is the upper core, anywhere between 15 and 18 credits depending on the area of concentration. And then your area of concentration will have between 15 and 18 credits. And there are 6 areas of focus. Primarily you can choose to pursue a general MBA, accounting, entrepreneurship, finance, marketing, or music management. I will mention that we can waive up to 18 credits. So if you are an international student who completed a degree at the undergraduate level in business and have attained a B or higher in each one of those foundational courses, so for example, accounting or finance or marketing or management, we can give you credit towards your MBA. At the best case scenario, you will only need 10 classes or 30 credits to attain your full master's degree in business administration. A little bit about what the general MBA is. The general MBA is an MBA focused on your management abilities and skills, allowing you to pick and choose courses that are in your best interest. You can take a course in finance, a course in accounting, a course in marketing, a course in management. It gives you that well-rounded education in business, and many students choose this route because they just want to have access and exposure to many different industries in business. Our accounting concentration focuses on preparing you for the CPA exam. If you earn 150 academic total credits, you may be eligible to sit for the CPA exam, but you also may want to just have a background in accounting to be able to understand taxes, audit, revenue streams, and just make sure that you're preparing yourself potentially for MS in accounting degree as well. And if you have questions about accounting specifically, I certainly can take the questions at the end of the presentation. Another area of focus is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a growing industry. It's an opportunity for students to take courses where they can learn to become their own boss, to run small and large companies, to be able to be strategic in how they apply decisions in business, whether you want to start up a small business or you want to work at a large corporation and be somebody who makes decisions for growth, supply and demand, understand marketing trends, understand business in general, where society is going with technology. Somebody who has a degree in entrepreneurship gets a very well-rounded experience in those areas. Our finance concentration is very focused to making sure that our students are very well prepared for understanding budgeting, financial planning, how investment analysis works, how financial markets work. As I mentioned before, you can use the trade lab that we have to enhance some of these skills. Also understand economics across global markets. So our finance degree really will give you that total exposure to all industry on the global scale. The concentration in marketing. The idea of marketing isn't just understanding how to market a product, but it's understanding the demand, the need, the time of when to launch a product, what markets they're attracting, how to use data to analyze and understand what your company is trying to promote and what type of business you're trying to elevate. Marketing is a very useful tool in making sure that your company gets exposure, but also stands the test of time and growth in the industry. And then a very interesting concentration that we have is music management. The music industry is very robust. We're very fortunate to be in the metropolitan area near New York City, where obviously we have a lot of different music professionals. Many of the students who come into a music management concentration in the MBA want to receive their managerial skills and be able to take those skills and apply them to the music industry, specifically in entertainment or managing or producing music and records. Part of this program, you're required to do an internship, so we will help place you into an active internship where you will get experience in the music industry, working with a number of up-and-coming artists, current celebrities. We will bring in guest speakers and resident professors who will teach hands-on right from the industry. So it's a very exciting program, and our students who are in this program are doing very, very creative things in the field, and we welcome them back as alumni, and they're sharing their experiences. For example, we had a young lady who is working or had interned with Columbia Records and is now working there as a full-time employee, and she is in charge of their marketing outreach and planning of all the events for different celebrities and performers. A little bit about the campus, because I think it's very important as an MBA student you are connected to the campus and know that you're not just here for the program. You have access to many, many resources. Career services, as I mentioned, and we'll highlight that later as well, and the different events that are run at the university. We have a dining facility. We have numerous dining facilities, and we also offer discounts to students off campus at many different restaurants and stores. Our active library, David and Lorraine Cheng Library, is technologically up to date, and if you go in there, you will always have somebody who can assist you with questions in regards to doing research and utilizing the resources available to get your work done. Recreational services, if you want to use the gym facilities, the wellness center, that's available to you. We have a women's center. They run many different activities from that department. Veteran military services, the writing center, which can help you enhance your research writing skills. And of course, as I mentioned previously, graduate housing is also available. As I mentioned, the career department is here to not just help you find employment, but really to build your skills in succeeding during an interview process and making sure that you're looking into the industries of your personal interest, that we have employers who are looking to hire our students specifically because they know the quality of our students that are graduating from William Paterson's MBA program. They do resume development. We do career guidance. We offer a number of career fairs and mock interviews. We recently held an MBA networking event that brought a lot of our students together and connected them with employers and alumni. And we also held an accounting networking event that many students had exposure to different accounting specializations. In addition to that, we offer over 150 professional enrichment workshops where we have guest speakers in very different areas of specialization that will come to you, to your classroom, and share their experience and give you exposure that otherwise you may have not had. Just to share where many of our students are working, you may be familiar with some of these companies. I'll highlight KPMG is one of the top accounting firms in the country. They certainly are a great company that many of our students are working for. Another company here you may recognize is Mercedes-Benz. We have students who work in that particular company locally here. Hire America is a company that has hired our students, and we work directly. They have a secondary company in China, so many of our students who work at Hire go back and forth globally, travel quite a bit. And Deloitte, you may be familiar with Deloitte, is an international company, an accounting company that many of our students have had employment opportunities in. And this is just a few. We have many different companies that our students are working in. Just a little bit about what's happening in the MBA market. We did a full study and analysis of where the jobs are, what the employment rate is, how are students being looked at, are international students being considered for jobs in the American market and the global market. We're happy to show that international students are in very high demand for a number of reasons. You have a very great global understanding, you speak multiple languages, and you're able to take on the skills that you attained in your MBA and translate them cross-continentally between the United States and maybe your country of origin, and that's very desirable to employers. When you earn an MBA degree, your salary goes up exponentially, and employers are specifically looking for an individual with soft skills, managerial knowledge. There's a few links that you will notice that may be of interest to you. TIJOF is the International Journal of Finance that we publish here with one of our professors. AACSB, you can learn more about our accreditation. MBA.com, if you're still interested in taking the GMAT, that's where you can register for it. And GMAC.com is a great resource for many of your MBA discovery and research. So just a little bit about the MBA admissions process. I know that we went through the program and the general introduction of William Paterson University, but the admissions process is obviously something you're interested in learning more about. We try to make the admissions process as easy as possible for international students, because we know that you may not always be able to contact us, but we certainly are available via email or by phone or via WhatsApp, and we'll provide that number later. But the first thing you want to do is you want to fill out an application, and the link is available for you right there, or you can go to our homepage, wpunj.edu, and under the admissions tab, go to the graduate application. Once you do that, once you fill out the application, you will need to request an evaluation of your transcript, whether it's your undergraduate and your graduate, or just an undergraduate transcript from whichever school of origin you may have attended. You will need to have that evaluated by either WES, WES.org, which is the World Evaluation Services, or any NACES approved company that can do evaluations of your credit. Once we have that, we will have your application and your transcript. We will then need you to consider submitting your GMAT and GRE or GRE scores. You're welcome to submit either one of those. And in some cases, if your GPA reaches above 3.2 cumulatively, we will consider a waiver of your GMAT requirement. So that's a plus for you if you've done well in your undergrad study. We also ask that you provide your resume and also provide your TOEFL or your IELTS scores for your English proficiency. And again, if you have questions regarding admissions, we certainly can answer them at the end. In addition to the submission of those materials I previously mentioned, we will need a few more things after the decision has been rendered on your application. We'll request bank statements, your affidavit of support, a copy of your passport with a picture. And our Office of International Student Services will then be reaching out to you with a packet to help move you towards awarding you your I-20 and your F1 visa as well. Just about tuition, what we did here is we broke it out to a total what to expect for the whole year. That includes housing, food, tuition, books, supplies, fees, transportation, and just miscellaneous expenses that are added in. Your average expectation is about $34,516. That's what you will have to show that you have in order to be able to attend here. As you know, you must provide documentation of your ability to pay. But one way we can help offset some of the expenses is students have the opportunity to apply after acceptance for one of several graduate assistantships. Graduate assistantships are employment on campus that allow you to work up to 20 to 25 hours. You do get some compensation for that, but mainly the idea here is to take a minimum of 6 to 9 credits. For international students, it's 9 credits, and we will help offset the cost and expense of your tuition. In order to apply for the grad assistantship, you will need to provide the items you see on the screen: copy of your transcripts, letter of recommendation, 2 letters, a resume, personal statement, and if you need assistance in finding the application after acceptance, we'll be happy to do that. And just be mindful of the deadline. Just a couple more slides here. This is our general information. So again, you could see the link to the application, and you can certainly also see the best way to contact us is via email or call. Myself, my contact information is available, but the Office of Graduate Admissions is here to help you with the entire admissions and application process. And you'll see that we have a WhatsApp number, and you certainly can call that as well. Before we conclude here and we take on questions, I wanted to just, let me go back to the previous screen. I wanted to just acknowledge that we have a growing and very active international student population here. We welcome you. We want you here. We want you to study in the United States. We want you to become a great alumni with us. We're very eager to have you join us, and our Office of International Student Services is very engaged in making sure that your experience here is like a second home. And we understand that you may be leaving your family behind, you may be bringing your family with you, but you're taking a big leap of faith when you're joining a school overseas but I can assure you that we have done everything that we can to make sure that your experience here is one that's going to be in your best benefit. So I appreciate your time. I thank you for joining us. And at this time, if you have specific questions, feel free to type them into the chat box. And Brian, who will be able to address those for you, and I will be able to assist as well. But thank you again for joining us, and have a great evening.
Thank you very much, Michael. As he mentioned, now is a good time if you do have any questions about the MBA program, about William Paterson University in general, about the admissions process. You can simply type them into the chat box there. We will take a moment and then we will address them one by one. I'm going to read off some of the questions that come through, and then if you do have any additional questions, just type them in, but we'll go one by one and we'll make sure that we're answering all the questions as they come through. There have been a number that came through already, and my colleague, our director, Amo Kubenji, is going to field them right now. The first one we have that came in is, I have a 3-year degree. Can I be accepted to William Paterson University?
Yes, that's a question that comes up a lot. The simple answer to that question is no. Currently, William Paterson only accepts 4-year degrees. That means you have studied at the university for 4 years. If you have a 3-year degree, you will have to take an additional 2 years, spend an additional 2 years to get a master's before you can apply to the MBA program at William Paterson. That is, you have a 3-year degree. Say you have a 3-year degree in commerce. You'll have to get a master's degree before you can apply to William Paterson University.
Thank you very much for that. Another question that came in is in regards to deadlines. Could you speak a little bit to the deadlines for both our fall semester here at William Paterson as well as the spring semester?
Okay, deadlines are really very important. For the fall semester, which most international students call the September intake, the deadline for that is June 1st. But for international students, you typically want to apply 6 months before the first day of class. So by the end of March, you want to have all your documents into the admissions office so that we can make a decision and prepare your I-20s and have all the documents sent to you, and you can start making arrangements for your embassy interview. So for the September intake, the deadline for that is June 1st, but you typically want to send in your documents by the end of March. For the January intake, that is the spring semester, the deadline is November 1st, but I will advise that by the end of May, students get all their information into the admissions office here at William Paterson.
And then, Amo, you referenced briefly in passing before the I-20. Can you speak a little bit to when an international student could expect to receive their I-20 form?
Sure. The process, as it stands now, is you can send in all your academic documents. That means send in your mark sheets, send in your GMAT scores, fill out the application and the application fee, and we will begin the review process. Once the review process is done, you will get an acceptance letter. But the acceptance letter will state that we have not received your financial documents. That is, your affidavit of support, your bank statements, and any other documents we feel we need to make a decision on your I-20. When we receive all those documents, we'll now go ahead and process the I-20. So the I-20 typically comes after you have been accepted and we receive all the accompanying documentation.
And then another question, and Michael, certainly chime in after Amo speaks if there's something you'd like to add. If I have a low TOEFL score, can I be accepted conditionally to William Paterson University until I pass my TOEFL?
Well, the answer to that is really, it's twofold. The simple answer is no, you cannot be accepted to William Paterson if you have a low TOEFL score. The reason being that when we fill out your I-20, there's a question there. It states that has the student fulfilled the minimum English language requirements for your university? And there's the answer there, the options there for answering is either a yes or a no. If a student has between a 76 and a 79, we can certainly look at the TOEFL score because our minimum requirement is a 79 on the CBT, the computer-based TOEFL. So if you have a 78, if you have a 77, if you have a 76, we could certainly look at your TOEFL score. What we'll then do is we'll look at the individual scores on the speaking, the reading, and the conversational part to make a determination as to whether we can take a chance on you studying at William Paterson.
Thank you very much. The next question is, can I have more than one sponsor?
You can certainly have more than one sponsor. You can have as many sponsors as you have. You also have to understand that when you have more than one sponsor, you have to send in individual separate affidavit of supports for each sponsor. That means if your dad is sponsoring you and you have an uncle also sponsoring you, you will have to get separate affidavits of support from the different individuals that will be your sponsors.
And another asks, do I pay all my tuition at one time?
This question comes up all the time. The tuition right now as it stands, it's the tuition right now is $18,856. When you go to the embassy and apply for your I-20, you have to show that you have at least $34,516. This is the number that the embassy will like to see in a bank account, in any kind of financial statements that you can show. But when you arrive at William Paterson, you are only billed for that particular semester. So you don't have to pay all your tuition, the yearly tuition at one time. You only pay for each semester.
And another question, which I think Michael touched on a little bit before, can an international student work while they're attending graduate school at William Paterson?
International students can certainly work on campus. You are not allowed to work off campus. There are certain jobs that students can do on campus. There are student assistants, and you can work in the lab, you can work in different offices on campus, but you're not allowed, by virtue of your F1 status, you cannot work outside the university campus.
Thank you very much. At least as of right now, it looks like we're done with the questions. I'll just give it a moment, see if anybody else has anything else that they would like us to address. And just so you are aware, we are going to be here for the next 15 minutes. If there are any other questions that you think of that you'd like to know more about, myself, Amo, as well as Michael will stay here, remain available to you. I do want to stress again, if you take a look at the screen, there's information there that we hope will be helpful for you. If you're interested in starting an application, you could do so today online. The address to do so is www.wpungrad.org/apply. If you'd like to email us, you can do so at graduate@wpunj.edu. And then certainly your first point of contact, if you are interested in pursuing an application through the MBA program, is Michael. He's been exceptional here for the university. He's incredibly approachable, would love to hear from you, would love to guide you throughout this process, and from even the smallest questions on how to achieve your goals and get the MBA that you want. He's your go-to contact person. So I would stress you get in touch with him as you need to. We have a WhatsApp number here. Do make sure that you reach out to us on WhatsApp if you have any questions. Again, we want to be accessible for you. We want you to be able to get the information that you need, and certainly would very much welcome the opportunity to have you join the graduate community here at William Paterson University.
Thank you, Brian. If I could add one more thing, if any student is interested in doing a face-to-face Skype connection or via Viber, surely just email us and we can make those arrangements. As we know, times vary between continents, but we certainly will work with you to find a mutual time and we can speak face-to-face. That way we could answer any additional questions, and certainly we welcome you to that opportunity. So thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you at campus very soon.
So I think that wraps up our presentation formally. As I had mentioned, we are going to remain here. If you do think of any additional questions, feel free to type them and send them over. We'll address them as they come in. I want to thank you all so much for taking the time out of your schedule. For those joining us from Asia, certainly have a wonderful evening. As I mentioned, we are here. If you have any questions at any time throughout the process, do feel free to be in touch. You can also follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter. We've got WhatsApp. There's a number of different ways to communicate with us, and certainly we hope that you do. So for all of us here at William Paterson University, thank you so much for your time. We hope to see your application very soon, and we thank you very much for the opportunity to share with you why William Paterson University would be a good fit for you as a place for your graduate studies.